Hello everyone. In this video we are going to start a new topic of class 10th mathematics, that is coordinate geometry, chapter number 7. Okay, so before getting into the topic, let us know why it is very important. Okay, see, this chapter coordinate geometry is very easy as well as interesting also. If we get the clear ideas and basics of the chapter, then it will be very helpful for us if we opt mathematics in further classes, and in case we are not opting mathematics, we are taking some other stream also. In that case also, this topic will make us sure to secure good marks. Okay, so let us in this video we will only discuss about the basic things which we have studied in in standard 9th, and what is coordinate geometry, what are the live applications of coordinate geometry, and what is Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, first of all, let us understand where it is being used in our day-to-day life. Okay, coordinate geometry facilitates us or helps us to get or to explain the exact location or exact position of any point with respect to some other point. Okay, or in simple words you can say coordinate geometry helps us to get the location or position of any point with respect to of other places or with respect to some another points. Okay, or simply you can say, you can understand it as that coordinate geometry is the logic or concept which is behind the navigation technology. Okay, now see, definition of coordinate geometry. In standard 9th only we have studied what is coordinate geometry, how to plot the points, what are Cartesian system, what are coordinate axis, origin, etc, etc, etc. Okay, but now in 10th standard we will study how to find the solution of geometrical problems using coordinate system. Okay, so respective of that, definition of coordinate geometry is, it is a branch of mathematics which helps us to find geometrical solution of geometrical problems using algebra or using Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, now we are clear with the topic. I hope we are clear with the topic, what is coordinate geometry and where it is used and why it is used. Okay, now let's discuss the basic points which we have studied in standard 9th. In standard 9th we have studied the Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane, what are coordinate axis, what is origin, what are quadrants, what will be coordinate of a point, and what will be the sign conventions in the quadrants, and what will be the coordinate of points on axis. If there is some point on x-axis and y-axis, then what will be its coordinate? Okay, see, suppose this is the Cartesian, this is the plane, or you can say Cartesian plane. Okay, Cartesian coordinate system means in this 10th standard we are going to study only 2D Cartesian system. Okay, 2D coordinate system, which will have only one horizontal axis and one vertical axis. Okay, now see, this is the Cartesian system, or you can say Cartesian plane, which includes two axes. One is first one is x-axis and second one is y-axis. This x-axis is horizontal and y-axis is vertical, and when we put together this x-axis and y-axis, these two axes intersect at some point which is called as origin. Okay, this point of intersection of x-axis and y-axis will be called as origin, and its coordinates will be 0 and 0. We will discuss what are coordinates. Let's understand only what are axis, horizontal and vertical. Horizontal is x-axis, vertical is y-axis, and point of intersection of these two axes is origin. Okay, now let's come to the quadrant. Third point is quadrant here, written over here. See, these two axes, y-axis and x-axis, divide the Cartesian plane in 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and these 4 equal parts are known as quadrants. See, this is the first quadrant, this will be second quadrant, here comes the third quadrant, and this one is fourth quadrant. Okay, the Cartesian, the axis, y-axis and x-axis divides the Cartesian plane in four equal parts, which are termed as or known as quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay. Now, after understanding coordinate axis, origin, and quadrant, let us come to the fourth point, which is coordinate of a point. Coordinate of a point. See, suppose we have some point. In first quadrant, and name this point as P. Then it will have some coordinates, x coordinate and y coordinate. What is x coordinate and y coordinate? X coordinate. This is the x coordinate. X coordinate is the perpendicular distance. X coordinate is the perpendicular distance of the point from y-axis. Okay, perpendicular distance of point P from y-axis is called x coordinate, or other name is abscissa. Okay, and y coordinate of the point, this is the point P. Y coordinate of the point P is perpendicular distance of the point from x-axis. Okay, y coordinate or ordinate, other name is ordinate. Other name of y coordinate is ordinate. Ordinate of any point is the perpendicular distance of the point to the or from the x-axis. Okay, clearly you can see this is abscissa, or you can say distance between the point and y-axis, and this is ordinate or y coordinate, which is clearly you can see it is the distance between the point and perpendicular distance between the point and x-axis. Okay, so coordinate of a point shows or tells us the location of the point from x-axis and y-axis. Point P has coordinates x and y. X is what? X is the distance, perpendicular distance of point P from y-axis, and y is the perpendicular distance of point P from x-axis. Okay, so coordinate of a point shows us or tells us about the location of the point from x-axis and y-axis. Understood? These are the coordinates. And see, we are writing here coordinates of a point as pxy. This is called the ordered pair. Always when we are studying about the Cartesian coordinate system, this x coordinate will be always written before the y coordinate for any point. For any point we have to write x coordinate first, then y coordinate. X coordinate, I have told 3-4 times before this what is x coordinate and what is y coordinate, what is abscissa and what is ordinate. Okay, this is some distance. Now, sign convention. Fifth point is sign convention, which we have studied in standard 9. Sign convention for quadrant. Okay, see, this is vertical axis, which is y-axis. This is horizontal axis, which is x-axis. This is origin. Origin means here x is also 0 and y is also 0. Okay, x is also 0 and y is also 0. And let us recall, we have represented numbers on a number line in standard 9th also and in standard 8th also. Okay, suppose this x-axis is a number line and here is the point 0. Okay, so before 0 there will be some negative numbers, and after 0 there will be some positive numbers representing on the number line, or you can say representing on the x-axis. Similarly for y-axis also, see, this is vertical and on vertical y-axis this point is 0. So above the y-axis there will be positive numbers and below the y-axis there will be some negative numbers represented or located on the y-axis. Or vertical axis. Okay, suppose here it is +1 and here it is +2, +3, +4, +5 and so on. Here it will be +1, +2, +3, +4, +5 and +6, so on. So on y-axis there we will have negative numbers represented or located on the x-axis, or you can say horizontal number line. So here it will be -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and so on. Here there is arrow, means it is ever extended, never ending it is. Okay. Similarly for y-axis also, below 0 we will have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7 and so on. Okay, never ending, infinitive, till infinitive. Okay, see. Then and one more thing, this represented numbers are equidistant. Okay, means the distance between each two numbers, successive and succeeding and preceding numbers, there will be equal distance. Okay, and these numbers in Cartesian system are named as or termed as unit, means this is 1 unit, this is also 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit, and on vertical axis also this is 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit and so on. Okay, now let us understand negative, which side is negative x-axis and which side is positive x-axis. See, here is the origin, and after 0 we have all positive numbers or all positive units represented on the horizontal line. So this part of the x-axis is positive x-axis and this part of the x-axis is negative x-axis. Understood? And similarly it will be for y-axis also. This is 0. Okay, here y is 0 and x is also 0. Origin is 0, 0, means x is also 0 and y is also 0. So above the origin, it will be positive y-axis, and below the origin it will be negative y-axis. Okay, now understanding the positive x-axis, y-axis and positive y-axis, negative y-axis and negative x-axis, it will help us to understand the sign convention. See, if we have any point, suppose here we have some point Q. Okay, so how we'll find its location? How we'll find its x coordinate and y coordinate? See, perpendicular distance of the point from y-axis is abscissa. Okay, or x coordinate, and perpendicular distance of the point from x-axis is what? Ordinate. This is y, this is y, and this will be x. Okay, you can say x1 or y1, because actual value we don't know. We have not taken proper units here. Okay, so coordinates of the point Q are x1 and y1. Okay, here x is positive and y is also positive. So in first quadrant, if we have any point, anywhere if we have any point, then its ordered pair or its coordinates will be both positive, x also positive and y also positive. Okay, now let's come to the second quadrant. Suppose we have some point here. Okay, so its location from the x-axis and the y-axis will be like this. Suppose this is point A. We have some point A here in the second quadrant. Then its location, its perpendicular distance from x-axis will be perpendicular distance from x-axis is this. Okay, so name this as y2. Perpendicular distance from x-axis is y2, because actually value we are not having, so randomly I am naming this as y2. And now see, perpendicular distance of point A, this is point A, perpendicular distance of point A from y-axis, this is y-axis, so its perpendicular distance from point A, this is what? this is x. Okay, so name this as x2. For point 2, for point A, we are naming the coordinates as x2 and y2. Okay, and here we can see that this is negative x-axis. Okay, and y-axis is positive. Okay, so x2 will be negative and y2 will be positive. So clearly we can see that in second quadrant always x coordinate of a point will be negative and y coordinate of a point will be positive. Understood? Now let's come to the third quadrant. In third quadrant, suppose we have some point. This is the point. This is the point. So let's get its location from x-axis and y-axis. See, this is x-axis, okay, and this is y-axis, and name this point as B. Okay, B, point B. Distance of the point from x-axis, from y-axis. This is y-axis. Distance of point from y-axis is x coordinate or abscissa. Okay, and perpendicular distance of the point from x-axis is what? It is y coordinate, or you can say ordinate. Okay, this is y coordinate and this is x coordinate. So here you can see here this is y coordinate, no? So y is negative below the origin. Okay, and x is also negative before the 0. So here x will be negative and y also will be negative. Okay, for any point in third quadrant, there is any point anywhere in the third quadrant, so for those points x and y both will be negative. Okay, x will be negative and y will be negative for any point in the third quadrant. Similarly, see here this is the fourth quadrant, and if we have some point, any point if we have in the fourth quadrant, so and we have to get the location of the point also. So see, here it is the positive x-axis. This is the positive x-axis, and here it is the negative y-axis. So if we have some point anywhere, and its location will be given with the positive x-axis and negative x-axis. Okay, so coordinates of the point which will lie in the fourth quadrant will be as x positive and y negative. Okay, x will be positive and y will be negative for any point in the fourth quadrant. So this was the sign convention. Okay, for points lying in the quadrant. Now, sixth point is points on axis. Okay, points on axis means if there is any point which lies on y-axis and if there is any point which lies on the x-axis, so what will be its coordinate? So what will be its coordinate? Suppose we are having some point. Here is some point which lies on y-axis. Okay, see, this is the y-axis. This is the y-axis, and on y-axis we have different values. Here y is 0, here y will be 1, here y will be 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, and below the 0, here y will be -1, here y will be -2, here -3, -4, -5 and so on. Okay, understood? So for this point we will get y coordinate. Okay, y coordinate we are getting because the point is on y-axis. But what will be its x coordinate? See, here x is 0, here x will be 1, x will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Here x is 0 and the point is lying on the y-axis itself. So value of x coordinate will be 0 always if the point is lying on y-axis. Similarly, if we are having some point which lies on x-axis, then see, this is x-axis. Here x is 0, -1, -2, -3. So we will get some value of x coordinate, and it is negative x-axis, so it will be negative x. Okay. we will get some value of x coordinate, but we have to get location from y axis also, no? So what will be the y coordinate for this point? See, here y is 0, here y is 1, 2, here y is -1, y is -2. Y is 0 over here. Y is 0. So y is 0, it means for this whole x-axis, for this whole horizontal line, at every point y will be 0. So for this point y will be 0. Okay, for this point y will be 0 and x will be negative if the point is lying on the negative x-axis. Coordinate of a point which lies on negative x-axis, it will be -x0. Coordinate of a point which lies on positive y-axis will be 0 and y. Similarly, coordinate of a point which lies on positive x-axis, it will be x0. X will be positive and y coordinate will be 0. Similarly, for any point which lies on negative x-axis, its coordinate will be x0 and y negative. X0 and y negative. Okay, so these are the coordinates of points which lies on axis, x-axis or y-axis. Okay, so these points, these 6 points were the very basic things which we have studied in standard 9th. Okay, and further in this class we are going to have some geometrical problems. We are going to solve some geometrical problems using this Cartesian system, this Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, means it will be the same like finding solution of geometrical problems using algebra or Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, so in next video, this was the introduction portion of coordinate geometry only. In next video we will study distance formula and some questions related to the distance formula from exercise 7.1, and after that we will study section formula.